wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before. I like me better, I like me better.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I brought my ranking system back for another video, and this time around we are doing influencer collabs. Now, if you've been here to watch me try all these influencer collabs throughout all these years, and I feel like you already know how I feel about each person specifically, or you already have an idea of how I probably feel. This is not about that, okay? We are strictly talking about the product that I tried, and that is what I will be ranking, okay? So don't be messy. I'm gonna try not to be messy. So if you guys wanna know what I think, let's go. If you have not seen my ranking system before, first up, You Can't Sit With Us. And it's like, unless you haven't seen the movie, then you already understand what that means. They're the products, they're the brands, they're the people. You can't sit with us. This is top tier, best of the best you can get when you're trying products. After that, we've got She's Cute. Now, don't get twisted. She's Cute is very much She's Cute. It does what it needs to do. It's probably another favorite of yours, but it may not be like a holy grail, you know, but She's Cute. You would recommend it. You like it. Nothing to complain about, right? Then we have meh. And meh is just that. It's meh, you know? You can pick it up, you can use it one day, and you'd be like, okay, this gets the job done. I like it, but it's nothing to write home about. You know, it's nothing that it's the first thing that comes to mind when it's time to recommend something, but you don't hate it. It's just meh. And then there is, if you like it, I love it. Now let me tell you something. The black person never tells you if you like it, I love it. They do not like it. They do not really love it, but it doesn't really concern them, so they love it for you. You're the one who's gonna be dealing with it, so I love it for you. So if I tell you in this video, I like it, if you love it, I don't really like it or love it, but if you're happy, I'm happy for you. And last but not least, we have I Don't Know Her. I do know her because I've tried her, but I'd like to think that I don't know her because I'd like to forget that I've tried it. It doesn't get any simpler than that. All right, so to start off, let's start with, of course, Jackie Aina. Now, some of these people, I have tried several collabs from, if not all of the collabs that they've come out with before in the past. She is one of them. But first, we're going to go with the Jackie Aina ABH palette. Baby, you can't sit with us. Y'all see, it's still one of the palettes that I pull out when I need like a mirror or something like that. The colors inside, it's a palette that makes sense. The colors mix well together. You get nice eyeshadow looks with that. I like that it's a little more colorful. Now, we know Jackie loves it a little peachy nude, pinks, but there's purples, there's green, my favorite color, in there. So you can create different looks with the palette, but most importantly, the formula on that palette really changed the game, especially for deeper complexions. If you've been using ABH palettes throughout the year, y'all remember Subculture. Now, if you remember Subculture, my problem with that was the pigmentation on that. Everyone else was like, you know, the formula, like it crumbles apart. You remember people were swirling around in their pans. It was the color payoff for me when it came to Subculture, and then I kind of realized that with most ABH palettes, if it's not like a warm palette, especially those cool tone palettes, it was a wrap when it came to my complexion. So when she dropped the Jackie Aina palette, like those colors are rich in that palette. The color payoff, especially the shimmers, she did what she had to do on that one. That one, You Can't Sit With Us. Now this is a real throwback. Y'all remember her collaboration with Artist Couture? La Bronze, La Peach, the highlighters. This was back in the day when I still wore highlighter. I don't wear highlighter anymore. Do I still own La Peach and La Bronze? Yes, I do. They're just things that I'm not going to throw out because I might not wear highlighter anymore, but when it comes to highlighter that did that, that's what that collab would have been. I mean, Artist Couture highlighters in general, but those shades, again, she gonna do it for the deeper complexions because some of those Artist Couture, the other highlighter shades. So if I had to rank that, that is definitely going in You Can't Sit With Us. Again, just collabs that like changed the game. I gotta give credit where credit is due, okay? Another collab of hers was the Too Faced collaboration where she helped them extend the shade range. She came up with different shades and whatnot. Now, if you guys remember, before she came out with that collaboration, I already tried the original like deepest shade that they had. I think that was actually like the foundation that inspired Foundation Hunt because it was just so bad that I was like, nah, wait a minute, there's got to be a foundation out there for deeper complexions. And then they did extend it once before her collaboration. I tried that shade. So then she came out with that collaboration. Now I'm ranking the collaboration as a whole. So not just the extended shade ranges, but the foundation itself. I would definitely have to give it a, she's cute. She did what she had to do on extending the shades. I was definitely able to find a shade after that, but like still considering how I feel about the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, I would have to rank that collab as a whole in she's cute. Did I get her elf? I got her elf collaboration. She did collaborate with elf. I did not. I could have sworn I got that collaboration. I'm thinking of Shayla. I'm thinking of Shayla's collaboration with Maybelline. So I didn't get elf. But since we're here, let's go ahead, move on to makeup. Shayla, I did pick up her Maybelline collaboration. I'll have pictures popping up. She had a little a little palette, like a mini palette like this with Maybelline. Not a mini collaboration, a mini palette with Maybelline. I like that. It was pigmented. The shimmer in there, it was shimmering. There was a brown in there that worked on my skin tone. Just cute little, like that type of palette, you're literally pretty much only using it for like 1 or 2 looks. Like those type of palettes are very restricted, so you don't really have that many options, but I love that about it because it's real quick, easy to go, you know, something you can throw in your purse, throw in a travel bag and go. So that's, I'm gonna put that in You Can't Sit With Us for the reason that I just said. For that, it was a very specific type of, you know, product, but it does what it needs to do. It had great payoff. It was great for my skin tone, so I'm gonna put that in You Can't Sit With Us. Now y'all know Shayla collabed with ColourPop twice. So first, there was the first one. No, Perception was the first one. I believe Perception came out first, baby. You Can't Sit With Us. That palette, we were locked in. Like this, okay? I'm pretty sure that's the one I took with me when I went to Tokyo. I believe so. But very travel friendly. The colors in there, absolutely. If you want a little smoky look, but if you wanted, you know, a little more natural looks, you get that from that as well. The shades in there, the shimmers were shimmering, the mattes were blending. It was that girl, okay? So absolutely positively, that one, You Can't Sit With Us. So then she collabed with ColourPop again and came out with that Caution. It was like same type of collection, but this one was like a caution theme type thing. Man, I mean, also when you're so impressed by something like that you tried first, the second time around, if it doesn't live up to the expectations you have of that first one, you're really not impressed. And I wasn't that impressed with that collection. It didn't, you know, there was nothing like wrong with it. I just wasn't impressed. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and put that in the meh category. Now again, we're gonna take it back. If you guys remember, she did collaborate with Tarte on like a contour palette. Now I always feel like products like that are best for makeup artists. If you remember it, it had the different, it had bronze contour shades for different complexions, you know, fair, medium, olive, dark, deep, all that type of stuff, right? I always feel like products like that are best for working makeup artists because, you know, if I just buy something like that for myself, what am I supposed to do with like the other 5 shades? You know, you only really use one product in there. But, you know, the reason I'm gonna have to put that in If You Like It, I Love It, because I already can only use maybe like 1 or 2 shades out of products like that in general, right? So when I get to the deepest one, and the deepest one is like my foundation shade, what am I supposed to do with this? I feel like that was when I first got that hint that Tarte really wasn't it when it came to, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put that in. You know what? If you liked it, if you loved it, I love it for you. I believe she did collab with Dose of Colors. I didn't pick that. Was that recent? I didn't pick that collaboration up. I don't remember what it was, but I know she did. I didn't try that collaboration, so we're not gonna speak on that one. But I know someone who did collab with Dose Colors, and I did try that collaboration. That is Nima Tang. If you guys remember it, she had a lip collaboration with them. I want to say like 2020. I think 2020. You Can't Sit With Us. Absolutely, positively, Miss Nima Tang. That brown in that collab. First of all, Dose of Colors has really good lip products. If you guys remember back in the day, there was that one stone I think is what it was called. It stayed selling out. The lip products that I got from them, absolutely positively. So they collaborated with Neiman. You already know us when it comes to pigmentation. Neiman was going to make sure it was there. That brown shade, the corally shade, if you rock a bold coral lip, absolutely, you can't sit with us. Now, Jaclyn Hill has had a lot of collaborations. I missed the Becca ones. I did end up trying one of them. Was it Champagne Pop? I think Champagne Pop. I think. But since I can't really remember, we're not even gonna go there. Let's talk about that large Morphe palette, the first one, right? That she collabed on. Listen. I was about to put that. I was about to put that in You Can't Sit With Us, but I'm definitely gonna put that in She's Cute. That was a cute palette, all right? I don't know, every collab that she came out with had some type of controversy behind it, but when you get through all of that and you actually tried that palette, that's probably one of the better, if not best palettes that Morphe has put out before. The shimmers were doing what they needed to. There was pigmentation in the palette, which I wasn't really surprised because Jaclyn, but anyway, there was pigment in the palette. It was blending. I liked that palette. She's cute. I almost put it in You Can't Sit With Us, but she's cute. That was a cute palette. I don't really care what y'all say. It was cute. Now, she did come out with the Vaults, which were like mini palettes that kind of look like the same shades that she had in the original big palette with Morphe. I want to feel like that's when things really started to take just a turn for the worse in the beauty community. If you guys remember, like, people had us checking serial numbers, serial codes on the palettes that they were buying from Ulta and whatnot, and like, it's really one of those, like, you have to remind people, like, this is just makeup. Makeup is not a necessity, it's a want, right? Like, the way people be treating certain things when it comes to makeup, like even the lashes thing, it's mascara, baby. Mascara gonna do the same thing. I don't care what, that's why it's one of those parts I don't really care about spending a lot of money on. Mascara gonna do the same thing. Just buy a damn mascara, all right? Especially drugstore mascara. So people be having, you know, think pieces and debates and scandals behind it. It's like, you want to remind people that the real world exists, okay? But when it comes to that, the Vault collaboration, I might, it wasn't, I'm stuck between If You Like It, I Love It, and I Don't Know Her. I don't think it was as bad as people made it out to be, but it's not memorable either, you know? So I'm not even sure if I can really say If You Like It, I Love It. I might have to put it in I Don't Know Her, because it's giving very much I don't know her. I'm not remembering. Like, you see how it was easy for me to talk about the big palette? I really don't remember much about my experience with those mini palettes. I want to say they weren't bad though. So maybe I'll put them in, you know, I Don't Know Her. Was that the last Jaclyn Hill collab I tried? I think so. Cause like I said, I don't really remember the Becca ones. So let's move on. Okay, Carly Bybel. One of the first YouTube girlies that I started following on this here platform. Just talk about an OG, right? Now, the first collaboration from her that I tried was the BH Cosmetic one. That palette, for what the palette was when the palette was released, I'm sorry, You Can't Sit With Us. Miss Ma is, again, at that time, they weren't really doing, you know, browns that I could use. There were shimmers in there that I could use. And it was holding me down while, you know, I was getting into this whole makeup experience thing. So You Can't Sit With Us. I might be giving her a little, you know, she might deserve to be in She's Cute, but I'm gonna put that in You Can't Sit With Us because Miss Bybel did what she had to do on that, and it was BH Cosmetics. You know, BH, they're not Melt Cosmetics when it comes to eyeshadow. So again, definitely held it down, did what it had to do. You Can't Sit With Us. Now, years later, she did collab with Anastasia Beverly Hills on her own eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna put that in, I'm gonna put that in meh. I know a lot of people did not like that palette because they were saying how the shades appear on deeper complexions. But I also was pointing out to people, like, it's, again, what I said before, when it's a cool tone eyeshadow palette, the cool tone ABH eyeshadows on deeper complexions, you're already pushing it. Or like again, but I still felt like deeper complexions could do eyeshadow looks with her palette. I just feel like a lot of deeper complexions shy away from cool tone eyeshadows because they end up seeming a little ashy on deeper complexions. But like, I could wear gray eyeshadow if I want to. The problem is, you know, who's oh, it was Too Faced. I had tried a Too Faced palette and I chose a brown in the palette that looked gray on my skin tone. That's when it's a problem. If I am intentionally going in, I can wear a gray eyeshadow look. I know it's not for everybody, but that's just down to preference. The problem is when it's supposed to be brown and it shows up gray. I don't feel like her palette was doing that on my skin tone, so I am going to put that one in meh. Y'all really played in Ellery's face with her collaboration. It did not get the respect that it deserved. If you guys don't remember, she collabed with ColourPop. She put out bomb lip shades, and I've been saying anyways ever since that collaboration. So put some respect on her name. You Can Sit With Us, pigmented, the shades made sense, the shades were cute shades I certainly kept. Absolutely, she did what she had to do, and like I said, she didn't get the praise and the love that collaboration deserved. It's My Ray Ray also collabed with BH Cosmetics, I think twice. I think it was twice. Now the first one was She's Cute. I like the first one. Actually, first one might have been, because it wasn't the whole palette, but the first one had a shade that you could use like a bronzer contour shade. Absolutely. I always gotta wait for girls that are a little closer to my skin tone to give the products that have pigmentation that are going to blend on my skin, because they're aware, that, you know, a lot of other things don't have that option. So if they have the chance to call the shots, they're gonna look out for, you know, the girls with a little deeper complexion. I believe there was a second one, right? Let me just make sure I'm not bugging. I knew I wasn't bugging. So there was the first one, had little bronzers, whatnot. That one, definitely She's Cute. Second one, I'd have to put that in meh. Not that there was really anything wrong with it, but it's just like the colors in it was just kind of, okay. Now if I pick it up, I pick it up. If I don't, I'm not missing anything. So the second one, I would put in meh. But that first one, she did what she had to do. Okay, ooh, talk about a name I have not heard in a good minute. I haven't, Daisy Marquez. Also collab with BH. BH, listen, BH, Morphe, ooh, okay, real windy outside. Those brands were handing out collabs like Oprah and them cars, okay? But she collabed with BH Cosmetics. Packaging was real cute. Packaging was very cute. I think if the only thing I can say is the packaging is real cute, I'm going to have to put that in. If you like it, I love it. I do, from what I remember, I do feel like the collab made sense for her. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to, if you like it, I love it. Patrick Star MAC Cosmetics. Now they had a couple drops. I'm talking about that first drop when the powder came out. You Can't Sit With Us. Listen, I don't care what y'all say. That powder that Patrick came out with. Now I heard that it was some of, actually no, I think the One Size Beauty powder that Patrick now has, people say is that MAC collaboration. I think I was supposed to try to figure that out. I don't have the MAC powder, do I? But I believe that's what people say, like they just had leftover powder from that collaboration, so Patrick just used it for his own brand, which if true, but I have tried Patrick's powder. It's a little too matte for me. But that MAC collaboration, baby, put his foot in that powder, okay? You cannot sit with us. The whole collaboration was just very Patrick Star. You know, MAC in general makes pretty good products. You can sit with us just off that powder. Now the other parts of that collaboration I did not try, so can't really tell you much about that, but that one, yeah. Nicole Guerrero and Sassy Beverly Hills, they came out with a highlighter palette collab. She's cute. She's cute. Now again, that was back in the day when I was still wearing highlighter, and I had to put it in She's Cute because it wasn't no LeBron's or Le Peach. I'm talking about the actual formula of the highlighter. Like I would prefer Artist Couture highlighter over Anastasia Beverly Hills for those two products. So that's why one goes in You Can't Sit With Us, the other one goes in She's Cute. But she absolutely did what she had to do with that collaboration. Very cute colors. Still showed up, still works well on my skin tone. So she definitely goes in She's Cute. Can't really put you in You Can't Sit With Us, but yeah, I love me some Nicole. I just love seeing all of them now, like almost a decade, actually no, over a decade later, engaged, married, children. It's just nice, you know. Patricia Bright, Makeup Revolution. You Can't Sit With Us. You Can't Sit With Us. There were 2 palettes, mind you. She put her foot in both of them. Color payoff. And she had the formula of those. It was like what do you call that? Not mousse. What do you call that? Like the texture of it, you can dip your finger in it. It's like your finger is like dipping into it. I really love the formula of her palettes. The colors in there, that was when I was still wearing colorful eyeshadow. Absolutely Miss Patricia Bright. You Can't Sit With Us. I almost forgot that I tried that. I tried a lot. I had to literally go to Google and start trying to remind myself of collabs I've tried. But your girl has been doing this for 8 years now. So she's been around. Raw Beauty Christie ColourPop. Now, Raw Beauty's collab came out at a time where like people were starting to get over ColourPop because y'all were launching something every other week. But that collab was so Raw Beauty, just from the packaging to the colors in it. It did seem like a little better quality than some ColourPop eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna have to put that one in She's Cute. She's Cute. It definitely made me like stop and be like, okay, ColourPop, in a time where I was just like, all right, ColourPop. So definitely She's Cute. Y'all, not the camera cut off. I was like, how long have I been talking? And hopefully this video is not going to be that long. I was talking about Desi and Katie's collaboration with A Dose of Colors. You know, there was like one smaller little thingy that was all right. I picked up the lip shades in that palette. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to put that in meh. You know, especially looking back on it. Like, it was cute if I picked it up, but if I didn't pick it up, you know, like, do I still own it? It was kind of easy for me to declutter it. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in meh. I was just thinking, Neon MUA collabed with Midas Cosmetics on like contour bronzer shade palettes. She's Cute. It was a cute collaboration because he had like, not just what I was saying earlier when you put, you know, fair, medium, light, tan, dark in one thing. He made like different palettes for each one that had different shades. So like one fair palette, one medium palette, one dark. So I liked that for that collaboration, and of course the shades for my skin tone works really well on my skin tone. So definitely gonna go ahead and put that in She's Cute. There was someone else. What's her name? She collabed with Tammy Clark. Tammy Clark, is that her name? She collabed with Makeup Revolution on a collection. Miss Mama's gets You Can't Sit With Us. I am so sorry. Y'all know I wore that palette I don't have my eyeshadow palettes over here. I wore that palette down, okay? And she also had like a little bronzer contour palette as well that worked well for my skin tone. Absolutely, Miss Mama's Makeup Revolution, when they let a black woman get to play into some colors and play into some products, gonna do what it's got to do, okay? So absolutely, You Can't Sit With Us. And again, like I said, I don't want this to be too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up with this last collaboration that I tried. Is the James Charles Morphe palette. I'm gonna be honest, I know where, you know, the beauty community stands when it comes to James Charles, you know, rightfully so. But if we're talking just that palette, I was still in my colorful eyeshadow era. I'm gonna have to put it in the same place that I put Jaclyn Hill, and that is She's Cute. Because Jaclyn Hill, that palette was more for like, you know, the everyday makeup wearer, the super glammed up makeup wearer, you know. You'll gravitate more towards that for proms, weddings, special events, all that good stuff, right? Whereas James' palette, I feel, had the same type of pigment, the same type of payoff, the same type of wear as Jaclyn's palette. I mean, hello, they were both Morphe collaborations, but James' palette you picked up if you were more of like the, you know, you like to do the 16 cut creases that were popular a couple years ago. You like more colorful eyeshadow. You know, you like experimenting more with makeup, playing more in makeup. You know, people who are doing the pink under eye now instead of like concealer shades and stuff like those type of the creative makeup wears. I feel it's who gravitated more for James. So I feel like it's the same thing as the Jaclyn Hill, just two different audiences. I mean, the same people could have bought both, but you guys know what I mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. She's cute. And I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. All right, y'all, so those are my thoughts after trying a whole bunch of influencer collaborations. I'm sure there are collaborations that I missed because, again, I have been doing this for 8 years now. But let me know in the comments down below if there is a collab that you know I've tried before and I missed, or just starting them out there. If I remember one or you name one, I'll let you know in the comments how I feel about it. But yeah, that was it. You know, this is definitely a trip down memory lane, remembering all of this. And so that brands need to do that, all right? 2023 and moving forward, bring back influencer collabs, all right? We lost that spark. It was fun, you know, seeing people's different audiences get excited for their people. And the thing with some of these collabs very much so like, that was for you and your fan base. And you know, if they liked it for you, they loved it for you, that's great. Other people, it's kind of like, but there were also some collabs where like that changed the culture of the makeup community. You know, like that, even if you didn't care for that influencer, the product itself did what it had to do. I mean, Champagne Pop had the girlies in a chokehold, okay? I didn't even know who Jaclyn Hill was at that time. But and like if brands brought that back, you might get another moment of that, of them creating something that's like for the community, that the whole community is just gonna be talking about regardless of who the collaboration is with. So yeah, you know, just a little, because it's been a little stale last few years in this community. But yeah, that is it for this video. Make sure to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, turn notification bells down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.